questions, please hold them to the end. We'd love to take photos. Zach, Sam.
So, I thought some people, we were writing things and I had a few months ago, and then there's slides on the train So if I get what I'm saying, it's because my mind's gone blank. Like I said, any questions at the end will come grab me after. They're not particularly a sort of question and answer sort of slides. It's not a technical talk at all. It's more of a thought-provoking what we do in our daily lives without thinking about repercussions. So, like I said, I'm Sam Macdonald. I'm a security consultant at Tempest Partners, which you see I took down what the job title is. I've got two younger brothers, Cameron, who is a mortician. He works with a lot of dead people, so the comedy inside our family is very dark. My mum is a florist. She does a lot of funeral flowers, so of course, very dark. Growing up, my dad was, you'd say, security consultant, researcher, blagger, bullshitter. So basically, he would do things like due diligence, mainly on people, on companies. So growing up, we're surrounded by a lot of Osint sorts of based education, and he would do a lot of what we call blagging, which parents now call social engineering. I guess that's because now it's legal. He no longer works in that field because, well, the laws changed, and then one of the risks get arrested. As you may see, I may be shaking, but like Liam, we're all addicted to caffeine, and I also have a trap, and it kicks in whenever it wants to be, clearly it wants to do it this morning. Outside of that, I was a figure skater growing up, which was doing a lot of calculus and my body movements. I enjoyed country music, which seems quite odd, considering I grew up in Peckham. I had a very urban upbringing, so it doesn't really align with my urban sort of R&B hip-hop music taste when I was younger. I am single, but this isn't a baby. No thanks to anyone in the room. I do like a short, petite blonde. And I'm not exactly entirely vanilla. Now, there's probably two thoughts in the room right now. One is like, wow, that's a lot of details to give into a group of strangers whom you might meet again. And then the other thought of that is, okay, mate, carry on, I'm not too sure why we'll take this. No problem. Now, the problem with that is, the ones that think I'm oversharing, I'm going to show you all the sort of information I've already given you is freely available online. So those that aren't too bothered about what I've just shared, I'm going to show you why you should be, the consequences of sharing information. So we're going to start with the Osint bit, finding out all this information I've just given you. I've really compacted this because anyone that's done any sort of research or Osint work will know that there's multiple tools out there. What's good today won't be good this afternoon. Some will say they've found information, but websites become very good at if you send a web request to say, do you have the user which username, it will pop back and say, yes, we do. And then you will browse and then realise you just get redirected to their homepage. So when you're using those sort of tools, you will get a lot of false negatives. So just be careful of that. So I'm not going to go into those sort of tooling. So we're going to start with LinkedIn. LinkedIn is always a great resource when you want to do some due diligence on an individual. So if you've got some basic information, say my name or the company I work at, it's quite easy to find an individual. So one of the main areas that a lot of people focus on is your experience. You give a lot of information that you may think is dead, but it's very vital. So of course we can see here I'm a security consultant partners, but I've also founded two different companies. You can easily find this information out. I just slapped at some areas of his talk. But if you want to go and have a look, it's fine. It's just like I'll share with the lazy individuals. So you can see I'm also a cyber scheme team member, which means I do a lot of government work for the company. And of course, education, which seems irrelevant when you get to my age, but provides like a lot of information too. And then of course, there's the contact details. I've got email address there, this is the website. So carry on with some of that information we just received. You can see that I've got 2 different companies. So there's a lot of government websites you can find all sorts of information out. This one being the case of Company's House. You don't have to log in or have an account to go to Company's House to find out a lot of information about this company. As you can see, I've got a correspondence address. So a lot of individuals, when they're setting up their limited company, will just use their home address. So of course, this is where I live. Please do not send pizzas, and if you do, my parents will need to borrow it. Also on there, you'll find the date of birth. Now, on this instance, they only show you a month and a year. I was doing a job for someone internally to find out more information about them, and happening to be American, they had their dates, and then I could work out their month in another document. So you can piece together someone's home address and their date of birth. Now, some people forget, if they then go to the service office address and they update these details, previous filings on the system will show their original address, and you can trace back the history, as well as find a lot of financial information. So you can see that either did a swap in the last couple of years since COVID. But then it gives you an understanding of someone's financial situation, including how much money they make from their business and how much they're probably taking home in the salary. Now, social media, it's just a treasure trove of information. I'm only going to focus on Instagram here, but of course there are so many others. So, we've got one here. It's not always about the pictures, it's reading people's comments. So on this one here, I made the comment that this is my favourite whiskey. It will put hairs on your chest, it's not for the faint-hearted. And now you can notice a lot of pictures of myself in Dubai. Now, I'm not one of those guys that found to be a beach showing off. I had a friend that lived there, so I was like, wow. So now you know where my favourite destination to visit is. And of course, I did see a Bruins shirt. It's not in it. Oh, there he is. I'll show you outside. I'm a Boston Red Sox fan. When we were bad, and now we're bad again. But now you know what one of my favourite sports is. And what my favourite teams. We'll see later where this information is blank. Now, this is one most people don't think about. Is the fitness tracking apps. We provide a lot of information on these apps without really giving a second thought of what we're sharing. A lot of us just want a bit of kudos, we want the likes, we want that dopamine. We often want to track what we're doing, how we improve. But what are we really sharing? As you can see, I no longer live at the family home in London. I now live in Surrey. I go running quite often. Now, if you compare the first and the last page, you'll notice that I tend to run the same routes at the same time. And that's quite interesting to me. Then we've got a bit controversial. I call them conventional data apps. So once again, we're sharing a lot of information about ourselves, our likes, our dislikes, what's important to us, whether it's pictures, whether we smoke or drink, our religion. I really like to achieve this year. I'm not normally that posy, but you know. And that's the sort of individual that I'm looking for. and I have terrible jokes. And clearly like the beer. And then I'd like to call these the alternative date maps. Now, if you're doing a lot of due diligence or you're trying to hunt someone down, these are an area that people tend to forget about unless you're the person's mind back at me because you don't know what I'm going to talk about. Now, I'm not going to go into the name of these apps because if you know, you know. Please don't find me. I will be scrubbing for this after this talk. But once again, these are sites where we put really personal information. This isn't information that we're sharing on Hinge. These are our personal lights in the bedroom. Sometimes outside, wherever you're into. There are multiple of these. This is another one. I am a unicorn. I'm not. It's just related to that. On these apps, they're just not the bog standard ones you've got on Hinge or Tinder. Those will get you removed. On these, you end up with quite intimate pictures. But we don't think about what if a colleague comes across this? What if someone that doesn't like us comes across this? What if a threat actor comes across this? We have now willingly shared private intimate pictures of ourselves. Without given a second thought, who else can see this? And as the old saying goes, what goes on the internet stays on the internet. So I breezed through the Osint. I don't know how to know more time, because I get happy with it. So now we're going to talk about the threat scenarios. It's just some of this information that I've disclosed here. Now, individuals like us, I don't know your background story, they're probably not going to affect us. But if someone's targeting us, whether it's someone we're falling out with, a nation state actor, or just generally a very bad person. So the most simple one, which would probably affect everyone in this room, is the account takeover. So when we were resetting our passwords on our accounts, we get asked basic information. Information that if I spend enough time on social media and other sources of help, I can get access to. So when I'm going to reset your password, if you haven't got multi-factor authentication set up, or a recovery that goes to alternative email address, resetting your password becomes very easy. So what secondary school did I attend? Well, I saw that on LinkedIn. Nice easy question answer. What was your favourite drink? What's your favourite sport? Once again, answer. What's your favourite holiday destination? Shame of the answer. What was the make of your first car? Well, I scrubbed Facebook, so you're not going to know that one because I'm 37. What was the name of your best friend? Well, I'm 37. I think there comes an age when you no longer have a best friend, or I've just got a very small circle. What's the name of your favourite pet? Once again, these are things that people share on their social media accounts without giving a second thought. Whether it's a current one or an old one, people will post when a beloved pet died, and they will mention my name. What's your mum's maiden name? Once again, I don't know why we use this in any sort of security question because it's so easy to find out. Now, just a quick one on the account takeover. I've actually had my account taken over by someone answering my security questions. Now, a lot of those questions, those my parents would have, like who was your best friend at primary school? Which turned into a big debate between my parents of who it was. It was Benton Blair, but that's to you guys. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, I received a notification on an email address I had saying my iCloud account is not compromised, the password had been changed. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're sleepy, you're deprived, you're like, I'll deal with that in the morning. Well, it so happened it was my parents. But back in the day, I installed WhatsApp on my mom's phone before they got an email address, and it was signed in with my iCloud. So they went ahead in the middle of the morning and reset the password so she should get access to WhatsApp. Now, identity theft. So, we shared all this information. We've got home address, birth, all sorts of information that we can use to learn someone's identity. Now, a lot of these slides, I do have statistics, but unfortunately, to find statistics that are granular are very difficult. So you can ask me after about references, because I can't off the top of my head remember. You have to do a lot of digging around. So on one side, that I did get statistics on my desk. 44% had their bank account accessed in one day. 28% had their credit card and bank account stolen and used. 23% had their name used to open a credit card and bank account, which had happened to my mum, and believe me, it is a pain in the backside to get Santander to remedy that. I think they get an initial 3 months to respond to you. 19% had a new utility account opened in their name. That's probably worse than the bank account, but today's rates. 5% had their mobile stolen and cloned. I don't have to go through that several times because someone will bring up and get a SIM transfer. 4% had a new loan taken out in their name. Probably wouldn't work for me, my credit score was so low. Now, nation state target. This is what we think. What a nation state will target us. Well, interestingly, as you may remember, on my LinkedIn, I'm a CTA. So I work on a lot of government jobs, which means if I'm working at Pentest Partners and I've got accreditation, it's more than likely I'm working on police forces, fire brigades, and other areas. So there's this article from just in August where a Chinese spy was hunting down people's security clearances on LinkedIn and then using all sorts of different methods to either get access to their computer or blackmail or, time to time. A bit of money goes a long way with some of the investors' spot. Romance scams. Now this is quite an interesting one. Because it's no longer just, with the creation of AI, it's so easy to scam an individual. Whereas before you could look at a picture and go, no, that person definitely doesn't like me. In 2022, there was nearly 8,000 reported romance scams. The victims losing an average of £11,000. Nearly a fifth of all dating scams were reported by people the age of 20 to 29, which you would think, being a generation that grew up with the internet, there would be a bit more wise to what's going on in the world. And then the rest were really followed by those in their 40s and 50s, which is quite strange, because I would have thought someone in the age between 30 and 40 would be the ones that would be a bit more susceptible to these sorts of attacks. But this comes about like with all the things I've been sharing on my dating profiles. So it'd be quite easy just to set up a dating profile with a short T-blog. Since it's going to get my interest. If it's on a particular website that I've mentioned, then they could engage with me quite easily. With certain likes that I like. So you think, well, I've used these dating apps. Like, how's someone in another nation going to be able to home in my location? That's going to be very hard. Well, the truth is, if you use some of these apps like English, you get to change your location. Quite zoomed up into the area. And perhaps you can use VPNs and so that they're a bit more wise to that. But it's something to consider when you're sharing so much information. Sextortion is kind of comes off as what I've been talking about in terms of the dating. So, sextortion occurs when intimate images or videos captured during an online sexual exchange, the victim is blackmailed and threatened to share those with their family. With those dating apps, I don't have to be true. I don't need someone to send me a picture. They're already there. They're freely accessible. You you could easily just go over on those websites, find an individual. If they're using the same username, the same way we use passwords, then find an email account, or contact you via social media, or if you found them on LinkedIn. It's quite stressful to be contacted at your place of employment and be sent pictures of yourself and friends to send to management. Despite how inclusive and friendly companies are, I doubt they very much appreciate taking pictures being sent to HR. So the UK's Revenge Porn Helpline revealed it received 1,100 reports of sexual abuse in 2021 alone, which compares to just under half of that in 2020. But strangely enough, 9 in 10 of these men. And of course, in 2022, it kind of plateaued, but the numbers stayed the same. Cyberstalking. So, cyberstalking is one of those that it is hard to get statistics on. In this case, I was only able to get 1 year out of the previous, I think, 20 to 30 years where it's actually been recorded. Now, unfortunately, cyberstalking, when it comes to statistics, is quite hard to define. I think the national statistics as a prime class it as anyone, any unwarranted contact. But we all know what cyberstalking involves. What's that? So the thing is with the cyberstalking is, well, you've got my Strava or other fitness apps, so you always know where I am. I've got my Instagram, people share stories. I am too old to have Snapchat. But you kind of get an idea how easy it would be to cyberstalk someone. I'm sure anyone that's been on a date in the last 15 years, probably not cyberstalking, but probably researched their potential mate.